Imagine a planet like Earth. Home to billions of lives, an advanced civilization, and a history spanning millennia. Now, imagine all of that disappearing in the blink of an eye. No explosions, no debris, no answers. Just an absolute void, as if it had never existed. The name of that planet was Zorion. A world filled with technology and mysteries, wiped from the universe in a matter of seconds. Scientists, explorers, and theorists are still trying to uncover what happened, but the answers are as disturbing as the disappearance itself. What could erase an entire planet? Could it have been superior cosmic forces, experiments gone wrong, or something even darker? Today, we'll delve into the final signals from Zorion, the most unsettling theories, and what remains of this mystery that haunts the cosmos. Buckle up, because what you're about to hear challenges everything we think we know about the universe. Before we dive into this mystery, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and get ready to uncover one of the darkest enigmas in the cosmos. Are you ready? Let's begin. Imagine a prosperous planet, home to billions of intelligent lives. An advanced civilization, with technology beyond our comprehension, a rich culture, and secrets that might never be unraveled. Now, imagine all of it vanishing in the blink of an eye, leaving no trace behind. Today, we'll delve into the mystery that has haunted astronomers and scientists for decades, the disappearance of an entire planet and its civilization. What happened on that fateful day? Could unknown forces be involved? In the heart of a distant star system once lay the enigmatic planet Zorion, a true cosmic wonder. Home to an incredibly advanced civilization, Zorion was renowned for its technological marvels that defied the logic of the universe, including interstellar travel and the manipulation of space-time. Its inhabitants, the Zorionians, had built a world that transcended the limitations of physics as we know them, becoming a symbol of progress and prosperity for the galaxy. Yet, on a day that would be marked as one of the greatest mysteries of the cosmos, Zorion vanished without a trace, taking with it billions of lives, a rich history, and secrets that may never be uncovered. The event began with an anomaly. Astronomers from neighboring planets detected unusual gravitational fluctuations, followed by an emergency transmission from Zorion. The message, deciphered with great difficulty, spoke of an immeasurable presence that arrived to correct a universal anomaly. The transmission was abruptly cut off, and within minutes, Zorion had completely disappeared. There were no explosions, no debris, and no evidence of destruction, just an absolute void in space where the planet once existed. Scientists across the galaxy were baffled, unable to explain how an entire planet, with its complex civilization, could simply vanish. Theories quickly emerged. Some speculated that the Zorionians had activated experimental technology that triggered a dimensional collapse, catapulting the planet into a parallel reality. Others suggested that Zorion had fallen victim to a white hole, an anomaly even rarer than a black hole, capable of expelling matter out of our universe. But the most chilling and disturbing theory involved the idea of a superior cosmic force, a higher entity that, for unknown reasons, decided to erase Zorion from the cosmic map. According to theorists, this entity could be a kind of universal intelligence, safeguarding the balance of the cosmos, and punishing Zorion for breaching unknown natural laws. The site where Zorion once existed has become a point of fascination and dread. Missions sent to investigate reported inexplicable phenomena, such as the disappearance of probes and entire spacecraft. The region appeared to be shrouded in a sort of cosmic silence, where no radiation or gravitational signals could be detected, as if space itself had been rewritten. The disappearance of Zorion is not just a scientific mystery but also a haunting reminder of the dangers of pushing the boundaries of the unknown. This planet's story compels us to question, does the universe have rules we must not break? And even more terrifying, could something similar happen to Earth? In the silence that remains where Zorion once stood, the universe keeps its secrets, reminding us of our smallness in the face of its unfathomable vastness. Zorion was not just a planet, it was a jewel of the cosmos, a symbol of power, wisdom, and unimaginable advancements. Located in the Kintra star system, it stood out not only for its stunning beauty but also for what it housed, a highly advanced civilization, the Zorionians, who had transcended the limitations of physics as we know them. Their buildings seemed to defy gravity, brilliant structures cutting through the skies in impossible geometric forms, while their technology surpassed the bounds of imagination. They didn't just explore the universe, they shaped it to suit their needs. Interstellar travel, pure energy manipulation, and access to parallel dimensions were routine for these inhabitants. Zorion was the pulsating heart of innovation, a true icon for the galaxy. But all this grandeur made the mystery of its disappearance even more disturbing. The event began with the inexplicable. Astronomers from neighboring civilizations detected gravitational anomalies around the planet, as if the very fabric of space were being bent, pulled, and strained. Amidst this disturbance, an emergency transmission was broadcast. Fragmented words, distorted by an incomprehensible force, reached nearby monitoring stations. An immeasurable presence has arrived, the balance is being corrected. The transmission was abruptly cut off, like a scream silenced in the void. And then, within minutes, Zorion disappeared. There was no explosion, no ruins, no signs of destruction. Nothing to suggest gravitational collapse or the action of apocalyptic weapons. Just emptiness. Where a vibrant planet once existed, home to billions of lives, there was now absolute silence. The surrounding stars continued to shine, as if nothing had happened, but the void in space screamed an undeniable truth: Zorion had been erased. It was as if the planet, its civilization, and its entire history had been deliberately ripped from the fabric of the universe. Scientists, astronomers, and scholars from across the galaxy turned their attention to the case, desperate for answers. How could an entire planet simply vanish? With no debris or residual energy traces, logic seemed incapable of providing any explanation. Early theories suggested an unusual natural catastrophe, perhaps a dimensional collapse that had thrown Zorion into a parallel reality. Others speculated that a greater cosmic force, perhaps an entity beyond our comprehension, had chosen to delete Zorion for unknown reasons. The site where the planet once existed became a point of both fascination and fear. Ships sent to investigate reported inexplicable phenomena, such as equipment failures, the disappearance of probes, and even the collapse of spacecraft near what is now known as the Void of Zorion. The area appeared to be shrouded in absolute silence, no radiation, no gravity, no trace of what once was a vibrant world. The space itself seemed distorted, as though something had rewritten the rules of the universe at that specific point. The disappearance of Zorion is not just a mystery but a chilling warning about the forces that govern the cosmos. Does the universe have laws we cannot comprehend, and was Zorion punished for breaking them? Or is something even darker and more unknown at play, arbitrarily deciding which worlds have the right to exist? In the silence left by Zorion, the universe holds its secrets, and we, as mere observers, can only speculate about what truly happened on that fateful day. The mystery of Zorion serves as a reminder that no matter how advanced we may become, we are still small before the vastness and unfathomable mysteries of the universe. Buckle up, because this story challenges everything we know about the universe. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any episodes of these mind-bending mysteries. The last signs of life from Zorion were as mysterious as they were disturbing, offering a desperate glimpse into the final moments of a civilization seemingly facing something beyond comprehension. Shortly before its disappearance, monitoring stations scattered across neighboring star systems intercepted an emergency transmission from the planet. What initially seemed like just another interstellar signal quickly revealed itself to be something far more dire. The message arrived filled with noise and distortions, as if it were crossing a barrier between dimensions, but deciphered fragments told a terrifying story: an immeasurable force has arrived, the balance has been broken, we are being erased. Fragmented words laden with despair, as if the senders were trying to record their final words in the face of an inevitable fate. As the transmission echoed, something even more terrifying began to unfold. Long-range telescopes trained on Zorion captured an inexplicable phenomenon. The edges of the planet appeared to distort, as though the very fabric of space around it was being bent and torn apart. It was like watching a bubble about to implode or be sucked into an invisible force. Light around Zorion began to warp, and small flashes of energy, resembling interdimensional lightning, flickered through its atmosphere. This was no ordinary explosion or typical gravitational collapse. Something far greater was at work. The Zorionians, known for their superior intelligence and technological mastery, seemed to understand that they were facing forces beyond their control. The tone of the emergency message wasn't just panic, it carried a somber acceptance, as if they knew they were confronting the inevitable. "The universe is rejecting us," was one of the deciphered phrases that sparked the most theories and speculations among scientists from other civilizations. Could it be that Zorion's disappearance was some sort of cosmic correction? Had they committed a mistake so grave that it drew the judgment of a universal force, something powerful enough to erase an entire planet from existence? After the abrupt end of the transmission, an absolute silence took over. Observers from nearby planets reported that Zorion simply vanished in the blink of an eye. There were no explosions, no debris, and no evidence of destruction. All the matter that made up the planet, its atmosphere, its inhabitants, even its gravitational field, seemed to have been absorbed or nullified. Ships sent to the location shortly after the disappearance found nothing but an absolute void, a point in space where there was no radiation, no traces of particles, or even gravitational signals. It was as if Zorion had never existed. Efforts to understand the last signs of life from the planet intensified in the following years. Scientists attempted to reconstruct the original message, but the distortions made it nearly impossible. The idea that Zorion could have been erased by a superior cosmic force gained traction among theorists. Some suggested that the Zorionians may have made the mistake of accessing parallel dimensions or manipulating spacetime in a way that violated the fundamental laws of the universe, triggering a catastrophic response. Others, however, believed the disappearance was the result of an extraordinarily rare natural event, such as an interaction with a white hole or a gravitational singularity that simply swept them out of our reality. What makes the mystery even more unsettling is the behavior of the region where Zorion once existed. Missions sent to the void of Zorion reported a complete absence of signals. Probes vanished inexplicably, and ships that attempted to approach experienced catastrophic system failures. The area is described as a hole in the cosmos, where even the known laws of physics seem to fail. To many, it feels as if the very space around the planet had been rewritten, leaving behind a chilling reminder that something happened there, something we may never fully understand. The last signs of life from Zorion remain an enigma, but also a warning. They not only reveal the final moments of an advanced civilization but also force us to question the limits of what we know about the universe. What happened on that fateful day? And more importantly, could something similar happen to other worlds, including our own? The silence that remains where Zorion once existed continues to echo as a reminder of our smallness in the face of the unfathomable forces that govern the cosmos. The disappearance of Zorion has spawned a wide range of theories, each darker and more unsettling than the last, making it one of the greatest mysteries in the cosmos. These hypotheses not only challenge the boundaries of human and intergalactic knowledge but also raise fundamental questions about the universe, the forces that govern it, and the dangers of crossing the limits of the unknown. One of the most discussed theories is that Zorion fell victim to its own technological advancements. Historical accounts suggest that the Zorionians were exploring parallel dimensions, attempting to access alternative realities in pursuit of unlimited energy, infinite knowledge, or even immortality. However, by crossing boundaries that perhaps should never have been breached, it is believed they may have created an irreversible rupture in the fabric of spacetime, a dimensional collapse. This failure could have consumed the entire planet, casting it into an unknown reality or erasing it entirely from all existing dimensions. Another chilling theory suggests that Zorion was eliminated by a superior cosmic force, something beyond the understanding of any civilization. Many scholars believe the universe operates under hidden laws, rules that govern not only matter and energy but also the balance of all things. If Zorion, in its pursuit of progress, violated one of these universal laws, it might have triggered an automatic correction response, a cosmic mechanism that erased the planet to restore balance. This raises the possibility that the universe is not merely a physical system but something conscious, capable of intervening directly when it deems necessary. This idea is disturbing because it implies that no civilization is truly safe. Even the most advanced worlds can be judged and punished by forces beyond our understanding. Among the most enigmatic theories is the idea that Zorion was erased by a cosmic entity, a being or force acting as a guardian of universal balance. Ancient civilizations from other star systems have myths about cosmic caretakers or universal arbiters. These legends describe entities that emerge to destroy anything threatening the stability of the cosmos. The Zorionians, with their technology capable of manipulating dimensions and fundamental energies, might have drawn the attention of one of these forces. Some believe these caretakers do not act out of malice but rather from a superior logic that prioritizes balance above all else, even if it means annihilating billions of lives. A more scientific, yet still unsettling, hypothesis suggests that Zorion fell victim to an exceedingly rare natural event, such as a white hole. Unlike black holes, which pull in matter and light, white holes are theoretically hypothesized to expel matter out of our universe. While never directly observed, some physical theories suggest they could exist as natural counterparts to black holes. If Zorion was caught in such an event, the entire planet might have been expelled into another reality or simply obliterated. However, this theory faces resistance because no gravitational or energetic signatures typically associated with such events were detected. The absolute silence left in Zorion's place continues to challenge this explanation. Even more controversial is the idea that the universe is a simulation and that Zorion was deleted as part of an experiment or correction within this simulated system. This theory, while highly speculative, has gained traction among some scientists and philosophers who consider the possibility that our reality is merely one layer of something much larger. In this scenario, the Zorionians might have discovered the simulated nature of the universe, threatening to destabilize the system, and were thus removed by their creators. This idea, while fascinating, raises more questions than answers, including what these creators are and how far their control extends. The mystery does not end there. Some missions sent to the location where Zorion once existed reported inexplicable phenomena. Probes vanished without a trace, while ships suffered catastrophic system failures when approaching too close to what is now known as the Void of Zorion. The area is described as a dead zone in the cosmos, where even the fundamental laws of physics seem to fail. There is no radiation, gravity, or any sign indicating that a planet once existed there. For many, this reinforces the idea that the very space surrounding Zorion was rewritten, as if the planet had never existed. These theories, as terrifying as they are, share one undeniable truth: the disappearance of Zorion is a grim warning about the limits of the unknown. Whether it was a technological failure, a superior cosmic force, or an unusual natural event, what happened to Zorion demonstrates how even the most advanced civilizations are vulnerable to forces beyond their comprehension. The mystery of Zorion compels us to reflect on how far we should go in our quest for knowledge. Are there limits we should never cross? Could Zorion's fate one day befall other worlds, including our own? In the absolute silence left behind by the planet, the universe seems to whisper an unsettling truth: no matter how advanced we become, we remain small in the face of the unfathomable forces that govern existence. What remains of Zorion is an absolute void that transcends the concept of physical absence, leaving behind a trail of perplexity and fear among scientists, explorers, and philosophers across the galaxy. When the first missions arrived at the location where the planet once existed, there was an expectation of at least residual signs of its destruction, orbital fragments, cosmic dust, or even some gravitational disturbance. However, what was revealed was an absence so deep and complete that it defied all available instruments and methods of analysis. The void of Zorion, as it has been named, is a dead zone in space where no particles, radiation, or energy can be detected. There are no gravitational waves, traces of matter, or any signal suggesting that a planet ever existed there. The space is incredibly static, as if Zorion's existence had been erased not only physically but also from the very memory of the universe. Probes sent into the void encountered inexplicable phenomena. Most vanished without a trace, as though swallowed by an invisible force. Those that managed to transmit data before failing reported anomalous readings, the complete absence of subatomic particles like protons and neutrons in specific regions, erratic electromagnetic pulses, and, most disturbingly, zones of temporal distortion where the flow of time seemed to speed up or slow down without explanation. Crewed vessels that attempted deeper investigations reported mysterious effects on the crew. Many described sensations of extreme disorientation, short-term memory loss, and even visual and auditory hallucinations. Some teams claimed to hear voices or whispers emanating from communication systems, while others reported seeing figures or shadows moving within the absolute void. The region surrounding the void also exhibits unique and alarming characteristics. Normally, any massive object such as a planet would leave gravitational disturbances even after its destruction. However, in Zorion's case, even the gravity around its former location seems to have disappeared, as if the planet had been ripped from its timeline entirely. Scientists suggest that the space where Zorion once existed may have been reset, rewritten so profoundly that even the laws of physics no longer function as they should. Some bolder theories propose that the void could be a portal to another dimension or even a point of contact with something beyond human comprehension, where the concept of existence itself is irrelevant. The void has also raised profound philosophical questions. To many civilizations, it is viewed as a sacred or cursed place, a reminder that there are forces in the universe that cannot be challenged or understood. Some see Zorion's absence as a message, a warning that unchecked progress or the abuse of cosmic laws can attract fatal consequences. Others believe the void is a scar left by a superior entity or cosmic force that decided to erase the planet as part of a deliberate act of universal balance. Still, there are those who refuse to accept the silence of the void and insist on continuing to send missions in search of answers. Among the most disturbing data collected from these missions are reports of inexplicable failures in advanced equipment. Navigation, communication, and analytical systems simply stopped working as vessels approached the void. On several occasions, crew members reported that instruments displayed completely chaotic readings, as if the space itself were screaming with information impossible to decipher. The local temperature, expected to be near absolute zero, fluctuates unpredictably, and there are records of energy pulses so brief and intense that they cannot be traced. All these events amplify the sense that the void is far more than the absence of a planet. It is a zone where the fundamental laws of reality seem to be suspended or deliberately manipulated. Beyond the technical challenges, there is a psychological toll that accompanies those who approach the void. Astronauts and scientists returning from these missions frequently report recurring nightmares, a profound sense of emptiness, and even deep depression. Some describe an inexplicable feeling of being watched or judged, as if the void itself possesses a consciousness. This psychological effect has led many civilizations to abandon any attempt to explore the region, fearing that the mental and spiritual cost is too high to justify potential discoveries. But perhaps the most frightening aspect of what remains of Zorion is what it represents for the rest of the cosmos. The complete and absolute disappearance of an entire planet raises alarming questions about the stability of the universe. If something as advanced and prosperous as Zorion could be erased so completely, what prevents the same from happening to other worlds, including Earth? Is there some force or rule in the universe that determines which planets have the right to exist and which do not? And more disturbingly, will we ever discover what happened before something similar reaches us? What remains of Zorion is not just a void in space but a chasm in our understanding of the universe. The absolute silence where life and progress once thrived is, in itself, an anguishing reminder that, no matter how much we strive to advance, we are still at the mercy of forces we cannot control. For many, the void of Zorion is a cosmic warning, a scar on the fabric of reality that reminds us the universe is not only vast but also unfathomable and ruthless to those who dare challenge its invisible rules. And so, the mystery of Zorion remains, a chilling reminder of how small we truly are in the face of the cosmos. What erased this planet from existence? Was it a force beyond comprehension, or a consequence of their own actions? While we may never have all the answers, one thing is clear: the universe still holds secrets darker and more terrifying than we can imagine. If you found this story as intriguing as we did, don't forget to hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think happened to Zorion? We'd love to hear your theories. And before you go, make sure you're subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, so you don't miss any of our deep dives into the mysteries of the universe. There's so much more to explore, and we want you with us every step of the way. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and remember, the universe is always watching.